Record the cloud. Awesome, brother. We are live. What is up? DJ Coolwhip is in the house. What's up, brother?
What up, man? How you been?
Yeah, man.
I haven't seen you for a little bit. There's midgets walking behind me. Jesus Christ.
Midgets walking by, dude. It's been a long time. It's been, what, a week?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah, since we had to get you back on track with your vision. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Well, dude, I'm excited to have you on the show. Welcome to the show. I've been wanting to reach out to you to get you on the show, and a lot of it's just because I wanted to hear your journey, man. Today, you have become a well-established, legendary Hollywood DJ, which is very, very difficult to do, especially today with so many DJs and talent out there. And you've been a part of events with many, many celebrities. You know a lot of celebrities because of the scene, and you really worked so hard to get to that arena. So I want to hear your freaking story, man. How you got there. I met you, if I still remember correctly. We met at No Dose.
Yes, that's right.
That was
Coconut Teaser.
Coconut Teaser, man. So that was way back then. You were a part of which a lot of people don't know, you were part of the underground scene. You were part of the original rave and underground scene. And you were the hip hop DJ for the Coconut Teaser for No Dose, which is, at that time, there was no other after hours, and there was really no hip hop room.
Well, was there King after hours? But you're right.
That's right.
There was King with Doc Martin.
King, right?
I remember that because we did that too. We did their sound, but we never did the room.
Right, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, dude. So, dude, how'd you get into DJing, brother? How did it start for you?
You know what? So since third grade, I was buying records. So I've always collected records, a lot of punk, a lot of metal records. And then we started hearing Public Enemy, Gang Starr, Eric B. on college radio. So really, because the mainstream radio didn't touch hip-hop, which is what made it spectacular, vibrant, and underground. And then it just kind of blossomed in this college radio scene where I was like, yo, what was that? So I'd hear a Ramones song, then I'd hear a Public Enemy song, and then I'd hear like The Jam, or I'd hear Minor Threat, and I'd be like, okay, this was a movement. And you started to see when Lollapalooza 91 came out, that merger, and you were just like, yo, this is where we're going with this. Like, we're all under a subculture of underground talent that is bubbling. There was no more, you come back to the argument of Nirvana dethroning Michael Jackson on the charts, and people like, what? And confused. And we're like, no, this is what it's now. We're tired of the same, you gave us a great new wave age. You gave us a great 80s, you gave us post-punk, and then just things kind of had to reinvent themselves or change. And then, with the burst of grunge, it wasn't like, hey, this is something new. No, grunge had been around for a bit, but it wasn't called grunge. It was just alternative. You heard Bleach at certain coffee shops before people were going to coffee shops.
Right. That's so true.
I would have to go to Jabberjaw on Pico and Crenshaw, and I remember, I saw Nirvana pre-Nevermind there. I saw Hole when they were still on Caroline Records. Oh my God, there's just a couple other bands, and you could see on their compilation records who went through there, and that was a great forefront. I even threw a party with me, my brother, DJ Penn, and some other people at Jabberjaw, which of course got shot up, but it was what it was back then. And I remember we were late opening because the owners were at the Palladium seeing the Beastie Boys for the Checkerhead tour.
Oh.
However many tangents I went on this story, the reality of it was hip-hop was such a new format, but it kind of, wasn't new. It was kind of like you had, the 77 era, you had the Curtis Blow eras, and then you had kind of that late 80s, but that late 80s took it to a different level, and we were like, cool, this is what we're going to play. And so I remember the Hollywood clubs were still playing a lot of disco. So Sean Perry, Mike Mestics, and Rob Harrison, all those guys playing all the disco stuff. And here I came, I'll play the disco too, but let me throw in some hip hop,
Yeah.
And from there, it just kind of took off. So I don't know.
Nice.
So that's how I ended up underground, because it wasn't, hip hop was big, but it wasn't that. It was very sector, very regional. So.
Right. And so that's how you kind of got into the underground scene by playing some of the events.
Right. They needed an alternative to the, which is cool.
Yeah. Dude, because that's where I met you at Nodos, and then you were going to a bunch of other events, and then I started to see you popping up at every single underground, so many different underground events where you and your brother, you guys were doing that section of the hip hop section.
No,
we kind of got into that scene.
Yeah, we just kind of came in. What was there? Milky was with us.
And Milky, yeah, that's right.
And I remember, and then Oscar actually had a lot of good connects, and he was playing with us in the hip hop room, even though his heart was more or less doing the house stuff. Because he kind of because he went, I want to play in the main room. I'm like, no, we're cool back here, but yeah, he kind of opened those doors too and helped us out. And then eventually everybody kind of blossomed into whatever they were going to go the niche, and we just stayed in our room. But our room ended up being that commercial success kind of, okay, we can jump into different areas, different genre, especially when the hip hop rooms diminished in the underground circuit, which
right
2000 or 20 something. Well, I forget when it just kind of was poof. Became hardcore rooms now, hardcore and jungle rooms.
Right, that's exactly. I remember that transition. So when did you start it? When did you start to? Because you continued to DJ through the 90s. Was there a time where you stopped? You kind of readjusted, or
no? Legitimately, 91. Maybe the party was called Dippity Doo, and we were at a party, and I remember I went to Street Sounds and I bought a record. I'd always listen to Groove Radio. Was it Mars FM?
Mars, right? Yeah, 103.1.
Mars, and I go buy all the techno records.
Yeah,
Isonic, Different Strokes. I had
right, different strokes.
Whatever records I listened to that Ronnie Martini, was that his name?
Ronnie Martini. Oh my God.
Yes. So remember, he'd always have a show. So him and Swedish Eagle. So I was at UCI studying, and I flip it and be like, yo, we got to get this record. So make the list, go to Melrose, go get them. We go to Beat Nonstop, we go to Street Sounds, we go to DMC, run the gamut, and then have the records ready. But we'd also have hip hop records. And I remember back then too, I was sharing the records with my brother. So he's like, yo, he needed this, which is more the West Coast Gangsta Boogie. And then I'm like, yo, but don't forget we need the Black Moon, the Gangstar. What else was the Diggable Planets just popped off.
Diggable Planets, yeah.
All the scenario was just hitting. The House of Pain came out.
Right.
So these records were just like launching, Fushnikins. So you had this like hour of banging hits that was almost taken like a house techno record, but if you played it right, you had your room popping. And that's where I met half the promoters I knew, because they'd be in my room like, yo, there's people battling here. We'd have some of the Rocksteady guys would come in. It was just like a festival of roots and culture in one little enclosed boombox area, Anyway,
that's dope.
Yeah, so literally no joke. That party, the reason I bring up that party, I think Rob Harris was the headliner in the hip hop room. I just came along with Heisem and Oscar.
Yeah.
And everybody left the room, and the guy, I want to say Barry Weaver. I think he was in the other room.
Right.
And I was like, yo, there's still people in this room. I started playing my records, and this dude, I think we had like a Funky Town 45. I know Tennessee just popped off from wrestling.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Tennessee. Yeah. Oh, the classic. So
all those records were just starting to bubble, and people were like, yo, this is that look, that movement. Let's just go with it. And then after that, I just started playing, learn to mix a little bit better, hone up the skills, and just went with it. And then legitimately, it was nonstop because the rave scene was bustling so hard with how many parties? We'd have like almost like 2-3 parties a night sometimes. And then we'd always have, and there was no master calendar. So you were hoping you didn't run on someone else's night, not to mention, you had Nodos.
Right.
After hours. And then people started to try to do their own after hours. And so,
right.
So there was plenty of places to work, which is good. But there wasn't a lot of DJs that wanted to be like, yo, I don't want to be a house guy or techno guy. Let them do their thing. I'll just stick with what I'm doing, Right.
And then, so you didn't stop DJing. And then you did Sugar Beats. So what year did you do Sugar Beats? Well, tell us about that. That was a long time ago, bro.
I think that was the first one was 95. So the Sugar Beat story is funny because originally what happened was we had Nodos and I think Nodos diminished and became Dare. And then what I don't know, Chad and Doug just like, yo, I'm not doing this no more.
Right.
And I was like, all right, well, let's just do a party called Why Ask What? And this was in a little warehouse in Marina Del Rey.
Right.
I remember I had one door guy. I did all the system myself. Anyway, so we started that party, and I stood at the bus stop all night giving out maps, sent them to Marina Del Rey because I don't want to get the party busted. Party went off. I thought I was losing money. They had me a wad of 20s or 5s, 10s, whatever the fuck we were charging. And I was like, I actually made money, like $200, $300, but I still made money. Back then I was a college kid. I'm like, yo, this is great. Anyway, that spawned into the other side. So we were going to West LA warehouse. This is where I met Pasquale. And you can imagine this was the best. This was the best look. You had a bunch of hip hop heads. Matter of fact, members of Proper Dose, that the group that had was it Mexican Power? What was there? They had a big song. Those guys, the original Ernie G, and a couple other hip hop DJs lounging in the parking lot drinking 40s. Meanwhile, you had Pasquale and all these guys in the room thinking like, what the hell is going on in here? And I remember those parties became legendary. So anyway, so fast forward now, you go, Why Ask What? To the other side. Then you become Angie's Blunt, which focus on the blunt end. This is when all of a sudden the Cypress Hill movement, Total Devastation came out. Don't Give Me No Bammer came out from RBL. So all these weed songs coming out. So I'm like, okay, we're going to use this. And all the gear was all orientated. You know, Chronic just hit.
Right.
So anyway, the reason I say that turned into Angie's Herbal Jungle, where we were like, yo, jungle's popping off. And then we were now getting such a hard genre that we needed back to our techno-y house vibe with more of an acid jazzy feel in the background. So we took Angie's Herbal Jungle, left it, and then came Sugar Beats. Sugar Beats came about with like more of a hone into our, I think we became more of a b-boy stance. So we wanted to be more of a housey b-boy, but something for the ladies, something great that was like accepted, where I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to hear some really good dance tunes. People are going to come in funky. You know, it's not going to be so trancey, even though it was when that got big, but it was just funky. Anyway, and we still did the hip-hop room in there. So everything always had hip-hop room. So Sugar Beats came out. We did it in the Valley. I started with my partner, Ryan Shaw May, Freak Daddy Productions. And the reason I knew him, first time I worked for him, we did Bud Bundy's party, David Faustino's party in the Valley. Our boy Mike hooked us up with that. And then we started with him, and he realized how reliable me and my brother were. So he just started booking us at Roxbury, the original one where the Pink Taco was. Right. We did Diamond Club, Black and Blue, all of these spots that were like legendary. Granville, I was at Granville. Right. Anyway, so just legitimately popped off nowhere, and people really, I thought they dug it. And then we said, okay, cool, we're just going to stay with the holidays, because let's just keep it real. We were with a bunch of people that didn't feel they wanted to be at family houses. They were like, yo, Christmas, I'm done, let's go out. And there was not a lot of spots. Same thing with Thanksgiving. People were like, are you guys crazy? You know, now if I tell people I want to do a party Thanksgiving, they think I'm nutty. But back then, you did a party on Thanksgiving, you had all the kids come out, everybody was ready to roll. They'd eat and go. And I remember my mom, for how long was that, like a 5-6 year run? She hated Thanksgiving because I ruined it, because I was like, yo, Mom, I got to go. Map Point's got to open. I forgot to go to Kinko's, find a 24-hour Kinko's. Yo, it was just such a, and then load the equipment, because I knew I lost our sign. Anyway, so yeah, we just kept that rolling, and it took off, and then it like everything, it worked its magic, and then the magic kind of wore away, and you know, I was happy that was a great accomplishment, and we were excited that, I mean, to this day, people talk about me and their significant others, having the time of their life, remembering this, getting lost. I mean, one time, we did the party at the Olympic Collection for Halloween. And I kid you not, we had Roxbury running, Sugar Beats running, and I think we had one other event running that same Halloween. And let me tell you, it was hilarious, because the restaurant next door was amazing. I had to keep going back to get change. We ran out of change at the door. We packed people into an office building. One was hip hop, one was house. And I remember 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm talking pipes are falling out the wall. There's water dripping everywhere. The owner calls me, screams at me, but all I can remember is 7 in the morning taking some kids home that got stuck. And people are going to school the weekday. The next day, you saw people going to Uni High. You saw people going where they was just like, it was hilarious. I'm like, yo, am I a degenerate, or do I just live this life? You know?
Oh my God, dude. Wait, what year was this, dude, when this was out happening?
This was 95, 96, 97.
96.
Wow. Until 2000. I think 2000 is when I tried to take it to an upper notch, but the scene, my recollection, the scene kind of took its own toll. It's just like anything, like skateboarding when the skateboarding in the 90s,
Yeah.
same scenario. The scene was like, yo, no one was feeling it, and everybody really went. You know, I was seeing people I knew in the raves over at my clubs, and then this is what after our power blew up. So people were like, yo, I'm grown. I want to go to the grown and sexy stuff. You know, I don't want to go to, you know, hang out with
Raves.
kids, hops. Yeah, no more Jinko pants for me and stuff.
No more Jinko pants for me. So the early '90s, you were in the raves, hip hop, and then from what year was it where you kind of started transitioning to more of the?
Everything was. I'll tell you this much. It was a funny. It was funny conversations I had in record stores with, for example, Hideo. I was looking at Hideo, and he was working at Funky Town Records, and rest in peace, Hideo. Love the guy. He always made me laugh because he'd see me at street sounds and go, "Hey, I want to do what you're doing," and I'd be like, "No, I want to do what you're doing." So everybody wanted to do what everybody else was doing because they're like, "Yo, you getting to play whatever, and you don't have someone bitching at you that you got to play the same 5 songs or 6 songs off the Chronic Snoop records." And I'm like, "Yo, I just do whatever and I break records, you know." And people come up with their records, say, "Yo, play my record," we play it. Anyway, the reason I say that is because it coincided. So as I was going to Melrose more, people were like, "Yo, I lost my DJ," and I remember. Nick Adler had me do Creek Alley. He knew what I was doing. And it was funny because they would always have me do these opening acid jazz sets. I mean, Scott Firewell, I worked for him for a while, and he would always have me do these dope Santa Monica spots. But he was having me play acid jazz. I'm like, yo, can we do the hell? No, do this. And then I did Graveyard Shift with, oh my God, Han Solo was one of the DJs, but I can't remember the guy who threw it. And they would have me, and mind you, I had the roughneck cats coming in, and it would be like, "Yo, cool, do the acid jazz set." I'm like, "Yo, what are we doing all this acid jazz set for?" Everybody came in down, but all right, cool. I collect my check. Tell me what you want to do. Collect my check. That was the name of the game there, because I'd come from UCI, go work as many nights as I could, go back home. I literally had to put the money in the envelope to put in the ATM back then, and then call it a day. But anyway, so they coincided. So as Coolwhip started blowing up in the underground scene, people were like, "Oh, well, who's this kid?" And shiny new toy. They figured your friends would come because they were young, and kind of like the mentality now. But they did. People would come because there wasn't a lot of choices. And then legitimately, once we met Ryan Chalmé, my partner, he sent me into Roxbury, and then he had me work for Larry Pollock, who Larry used to have the reality show. He owned Saddleback Ranches. I mean, Larry. I mean, the party I DJ'd for Larry, me and Heisem did, the Goo Goo Dolls were the surprise guest. Like that's kind of the level we were at with this guy. So it just started popping off with those scenarios. So all of a sudden, people were just like booking me left and right, and I was going like 10 to 2. And then I do after hours 3 to 6 or 3 to 9. And I remember in UCI, with my bio courses, ecology was maybe second, third, and legitimately we came out with our second mixtape in 95-ish, 94-ish, and that mixtape I was going everywhere, and I was playing the OC a lot too. With Tony Stewart at Ill's house that Brian Austin Green hosted. And so we're just like, okay, well, this Coolwhip dude must be doing something. Let's book him, and then the word got around. AM called me to fill in for him at Garden of Eden. And this was now, I think Rob Harris had just passed away. Mike Messick was, I think, doing Cherry. Sean Perry kind of, I don't know where he went. And this was now the Scott Oster, Johnny Knight era, as I call it. But AM was bubbling. I was bubbling. And there was just kind of this same rapport. And it was good. It was respect. We saw everybody. And like I said, everybody wanted to be about what everybody else was doing. It was a good community back then,
That was dope, dude. And the Roxbury, what year was that when you got that first gig at the Roxbury? Was it 2000 sometime?
Oh, this you're talking. When was 90210 popular? Because those kids would come through.
Shit.
This was when did All Eyes on Me come out? Because Tupac came to my spot too, and I played Hit 'Em Up when he was there.
No way. So this had to be early 90s.
Yeah, it's like maybe mid 90s. I mean, this
mid 90s. Yeah, maybe 94.
You know what? There's a picture. DJ Stone Rock posted a picture of me and him because I let him. He came on. And one of the promoters said, "Yo, my boy's gonna play." I'm like, "Cool, I'll take a break," because I was playing 4 or 5 hour sets. And there's, oh my God, I have to look at that picture. It's an old picture. Anyway, it's me in some long ass jean shorts. Whenever jean shorts were popular, with a pair of black Chucks and a white T-shirt from Supermax, I think.
Yeah,
which was
yeah.
Melrose, where I used to DJ in the window with Hyson.
Oh shit! So that, dude. So that's how you started. You started with the Roxbury, and then just people started booking you left
Yeah,
and
I
right.
mean, I believe
So
it or
so
not, no, I did. I think kind of some of the shows that were correlated with the top 40 Cool Whip, as we'll call them,
right,
was I did pre-Garden Eden. So before Garden Eden was even open, I DJ'd that spot. It was a weird spot. And
right.
I remember telling the promoter, I'm like, yo, my brother's at another gig. He has half my records. Oh, don't worry. We got another DJ coming in. DJ never showed up. I think that was for Larry Pollock too, man.
Oh shit!
So I'm sitting there playing. I think I played Only You by 112 like 5 times that night. I mean, that was the hottest record I had right then, you know?
Man, that was a great song, man. At the time,
Yeah.
shit, that
Yeah.
shit was hot, dude. And it's crazy because I remember at the time that was the Hollywood scene. You were DJing a lot in Hollywood, North Hollywood, the Valley, right? And you would go to school at UC fucking I.
Yeah.
Like,
And
how did you do that? That's crazy.
probably, you know what? I didn't think much of it. I figured, it
Huh?
was, yo, this is what I'm going to do. I mean, and you know, let me tell you, with the whole COVID situation,
Right.
I'm happy. You know, it is what it is because you had to. I mean, I don't think people really get it. Like, you can be the biggest DJ in the world, but like even the big DJs legitimately have a fallback plan if you really think about it. I mean, I don't know what their fallback plan is right now, but I mean, the
Right.
reality of it is if you don't have an investment, real estate, you know, you haven't taken that money and put it in something that's going to help you throughout your future. Good luck. You know, I mean,
Right.
it was. I mean, it was like one of those things where I'm like, yo, I don't, you know, I'm going to be pessimistic. I didn't trust the DJ game. I saw
Yeah.
what it was for what it was. I saw what it did to a lot of people.
Right.
And back then it was like, you know, I mean, how many people have we lost so far, man? Like, there's a lot of
A
people,
lot.
rest in peace, you know, that died in this circuit, whether it be due to drugs, natural causes, just scenarios where, I mean, this lifestyle takes a toll on you. If you want to do it, you're going to be a soldier about it. If you don't want to do it, if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, good luck. Because it'll eat you up and spit you out. And people don't realize. Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, it's true. So many, man. So many got lost. So many. AM. It was a huge hit to the DJ community.
And you know, and I mean, you know, rest in peace that dude, man.
Yeah.
That dude was a whole different level of talent. And, you know, playing with that guy, you were on your A game. That's what I love about that dude. That dude, like, that's like, you know, playing basketball with Kobe Bryant. You better come with it, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, even, and let me tell you, that was, I mean, at the height of his career, I remember I was, I think, mid working on my master's and getting either optometry school 1 or 2, and I'm just remember like, oh, I got to give up this gig because I really got to do this thing,
Right.
and you felt bad. You're just like, but you're thinking to yourself, dude, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? At least you're gonna be multifaceted with multiple streams of income. That was the outlook back then. And
Right.
let me tell you, no one's gonna take that degree away from you. No one's gonna take you that education. So
Right.
when I was doing it, it was like, yo, this has to be done by any means necessary. You know?
Right. Damn, dude. That's fucking deep. That's crazy. But you're right. So many DJs, dude, that it's just we lost them, or it's just they came, you know, they don't even DJ anymore, or it's just sad.
Right.
You know, it's a tough game. It's a tough game to be.
Horrible game. And even this COVID thing is taking its toll on guys.
Yeah.
I mean, you see guys like, yo, I got to quit. Yo, I'm out. Peace. And I'm like, dude, it's not, just hold off. And they're like, yo, Coolwhip, I got no money coming in. Unemployment didn't kick in. I got no business to put a PPP on. You know, multiple scenarios. And you're like, man, this is why I told you, like, you know.
And these are well-established DJs, correct?
Oh, there's just a lot of guys, I mean, that I've talked to and a lot of venue owners I've talked to. And
Yeah.
they're unique conversations, man. And I'm like, man. All right, you know, and you want to, and you know, you tell people, yo, call me, I got you. You know, I mean, you get them, you try and help them, but sometimes it's just like, it is what it is. You know, they got to move on or figure something out, or they got to move. You know, I know a lot of established DJs who got out of California, LA living, California living. It's getting ridiculous, man. The establishment, you know, the system is not equipped to have anybody succeed out here. I mean, just the other day I got a bill, and I'm like, what is this bill from the state? I paid you guys as much money as you want. I mean, what else do you want here? And there's another bill. There's another bill. You know, and we've been fortunate to take care of it. But anyway, that's you want my the Angie's Herbal Jungle, Angie's Blunt, those had the anti-conformity, anti-establishment messages on those flyers back in the 90s. Still sticks true today.
Shit, dude. Oh my god, dude. That's crazy, dude. Before COVID hit, dude, you were playing everywhere, dude. How many gigs were you playing a week or a month before COVID?
Look,
So.
No. Because remember, before COVID hit was January, February. Now, if
oh, right. That's true.
right,
That's true.
if you've done,
good point.
Let's just realistically establish this. If you've done gigs and you want to be, and once again, if you can establish yourself as a nightclub DJ, establish yourself as a private event DJ, establish yourself as a professional DJ,
right?
You know what seasons are what. Okay, we know if you do not plan to diversify into nightclubs, your January and February are going to blow balls. It's just going to suck. So you have to be prepared for that. So
is that usually the slow season or the times where it's really, really slow?
We're waiting because for example, like, I have one event coordinator books rap parties. Another event coordinator books weddings. The agency books, private events, or they book nightclub appearances. So you have multiple streams of people that call you. So your phone is always inundated, hopefully busy with people who, hey, it's this season now, or it's this season. So you come off good numbers in December because you have your Christmas events, you have your New Year's cap it, you have I think we did 5 events per week back to back 2-3 weeks in December, and then kicked in right to New Year's, and we still had whatever weekend before New Year's. November has been hit. November used to be huge for me. November took a hit as soon as you saw the nightclub industry kind of wean a little bit, where people actually, I'm gonna keep it real, people cared to be with their family on Thanksgiving. And people, and the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, which used to be this big club night, praise that club night back in the day, it became whatever. Nobody cared. It became a bar night.
Okay.
And once again, and you saw the change in economics, you saw the change in where people decided they want to spend their dollars, and you saw the change of people's mentality. Well, I don't want to spend money valeting, overpriced, with a door guy who might not let me in Hollywood. I'm going to go to the local bar, and I'm going to turn up anyway.
Right.
It's either war, I'm going to get litty. And some of my younger demographics say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I say, yeah, maybe I don't, maybe I do, but I saw it. I saw the Wednesday before Thanksgiving turn into it was this massive night. It was this #1 club night in America for how many years? Just almost turned into nothing. So then what happened? Halloween and New Year's took it over, which have always been established. Halloween was a weird one because I think when I started, Halloween was big, but not as big as it is now. And that's just my personal observation. I may be wrong, but I think the numbers speak for themselves. New Year's actually took almost a backseat to Halloween.
Really?
Well, yeah, which says a lot about the nightclub culture to me, that going out and pretending to be someone you're not, which tends to be the case with a lot of fronters and people driving Maseratis and parking them in their apartments, maybe is the case, because now you've given everybody their libido freedom to go do what they want to do, which they can express themselves, which more power to you. I love it. Halloween's one of my favorite nights to play, even though I go 5 nights in a row with that. Even Day of the Dead. When did we start celebrating Day of the Dead? Just the last couple of years. Everyone's excited. Oh, we're doing Day of the Dead parties now.
That's true. Yeah, what? Before that, we really never really celebrated Day of the Dead. You really think back. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, anyway, so 91, 2-3 nights a week since then. This is the first time in my whole entire life of being Coolwhip have I ever been off. And completely off. My last gig was...
How does that feel?
Dude, it's weird because I'm home. And so the first 2 weeks, my youngest son goes, why is he home? He goes, Mom, why is he home? Goes to his brother, why is he home? What's wrong with him? Is he's not Coolwhip? They go, and even my son's friends, yo, it's Coolwhip. Go talk to Coolwhip. No one calls me anything anymore than Coolwhip. It's pretty sad, but they go, yo, why is he home? Like, it's almost like I'm a fucking disease or a leper or the elephant, the drunk, the drunk uncle you never want to come over. Yo, why is he home? Is he gonna get mad? Because when all the boat parties started stopping for me a couple years ago, I remember one Labor Day, bro, I was in a pissy mood. And I'm gonna keep it real, guys. If you're watching this, Coolwhip is about, I want to go out and I want to DJ. I'm not going out to meet women. I'm not going out to
just to play.
I'm building a vibe. I'm rocking it's what I've done. I don't, and you don't know anyone. I mean, I went from skateboarding, legitimately entering contests. We did the castle contest. Then I went to UCI. Then I literally went from skateboarding to DJing. Right, but almost like Scott Oster. I always love that guy. He's another one of my favorite fans.
Right, right.
But yeah, it was weird. So yeah, to have what I'm going on 3 months. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, we're going on about to be 4 months.
4 months,
dude. And I've called around, dude. I'm like, hey, you guys, Coolwhip, we're not hiring. Coolwhip, we got no money. Coolwhip, we got no budget. I'm like, I'm here. Anybody want to? You come. And we did a couple live streams to kind of stay relevant. We're talking to you, but on this interview, it's like, man, I'm like, bro, this is. I mean, I've cleaned all the rooms out. I'm building a patio furniture that I bought from Amazon. I'm never buying anything from Amazon again. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's I'm looking at home. I'm looking literally home. But the funniest thing is as Coolwhip kind of we're honing in on this normal lifestyle.
Right.
Now, Terry has fully gone into this like superstar Tiesto mode, I call it. It's like a whole every day we get up and we're ready to perform to our patients, which sounds so fucking cliche. But it's hilarious. Because people are like, yo, this fool came in, he fixed me. Yo, go see the white dude, he's gonna figure you out. We're good. All right. Take care of it,
Right.
Yeah.
You're like Superman, dude. I've always viewed you as Superman because you would always DJ and then you would tell me, hey man, I gotta go to UCI. I gotta go study for this test. And I would look at you like, you're fucking nuts, man. You just played it. It's 3 a.m. and you're gonna go to UCI at 8 a.m.
Think about this.
I remember that, dude.
You know what got me on football? I never used to watch any sports, and that's the skateboarding in me. But what was funny with football, I used football to fall asleep. Like I used literally football. Is there a midget in the background again?
You guys are midgets in the background.
No, I used football to fall asleep, man. Like legitimately, and that's how I became a football fan because I'd come home from the Rays, and let me tell you, imagine this when I was going to UCI. I was doing Thursday night after hours. What on Friday? I don't remember the name of Thursday. It was dude, the Thursday one was at Central and 14th. Remember Central and 14th?
Shit, of course.
Go do Thursday night, do the hip hop room, and I remember I'd see all my Venice High alumni there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, don't you guys got to go to school? Oh, we graduated. Cool. Where you been? I'm like, oh, okay, you graduated. Then I would go to what? Then I would do no-dos or caffeine. And then I was doing a Sunday after hours. I really can't remember this. I remember 79. What was it? 79, 69 that used to do their house night with Tom Thump in the back. And I always run into Tom Thump back in the day. And then I would do a Sunday after. So for literally no joke, this was, I think, my second year DJing. I was going 4 nights after hours, so till 6. So 6 of Thursday, then I'd sleep a little bit, go my Friday classes, get Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes, come back. Do what? Sleep again. Go to Melrose, get my records, take another nap, go do either a pre-party or I would go do or just go do the after hours. I think, and this was, I think Linda was managing this when we first started, right?
Oh, that's right. I remember Linda. Wow.
Yeah, it was Linda because my favorite is going to see Dan Rondicor in E-Zone. Are you like? Stop. Go see E-Zone, which is Eric Davenport. Yep. And they were all at the house chilling. I'm like, oh, can I be managed by you, Linda? Am I big enough yet? She's like, yeah. So, she was always really nice. So
she was really cool. I remember always so cool. I don't know what happened to her. I haven't talked to her, but she's so cool.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then legitimately, leave Melrose, take a nap, go do that. And I remember she'd be like, yo, where's the – and I remember one time we DJ'd a skate contest in Venice, Santa Monica, right, where they mesh in together. And it was a parking lot. Okay. And I remember but it was a weird castle contest, and I remember we forgot the speaker stand, so we had to flip garbage cans over, put the speaker stands. This was like, this is the Newmark mixer. Techniques were not battle style; they were the long coffin.
Oh, okay.
You're talking. I think we had a Soundscraftman amp and the old school PVs that bump, the ones we stick. Anyway, the reason I say that is because we did that. We DJ'd that thing, and I remember we thought cool. I brought my punk records to play kind of the old school '80s punk vibe that I left skateboarding with, like 89, 90. And everybody changed to like, yo, just play the hip hop. And we went in and we're thinking they wanted something. We did this. And all of a sudden all these skaters were going off back then, in this contest. Anyway, I remember the reason it kicked off, I think Eric Dressen was in this contest. So we saved.
Oh shit.
He loved Eric Dressen. So we saved jump around to get the crowd hyped for him so he could do well in the contest. And yeah, and we played, and then I remember we finally got home. We got my mom's boyfriend at the time to drive us in the truck back to the house, and me and Heisem passed out, and we almost overslept and didn't make it to Nodo's.
What? Oh shit!
We were that tired because we just did. Dude, think about it. We just did Thursday night after hours. Then
yeah.
And we had to get up in 2 hours to go to the skate contest that started in the morning.
Oh shit, dude! Yeah. I remember those days. I remember having a conversation with you. It was like, oh, I gotta wake up to go to school, or I have this other after hours and do this. I'm like, that's why I was like, this motherfucker's Superman. He's got so much energy. I would be dead tired.
Bro, it's determination. I mean, that's why I'm tripping out when I come home now and I got nowhere to go. I'm like, hey, are we supposed to be doing something? Did we do this paperwork? Yeah, we're supposed to, and I do these little things, but I'm realizing as an owner, you got to delegate the work. But I'm like, yo, I didn't do it the way I want it. And you're like trying to do a million one things, but just like hence the little guy in the background who's up with his homework.
he's walking around the background thinking to himself, why is he here?
Yeah. Once again, why is he here?
Why is he here?
4 months of this. No, he's actually excited because all we do is buy fireworks so far. So that's what happened with 4th of July when he get home.
Oh my God, dude! Look, when you look back. Did you just say to yourself, I want to DJ? Did you and your brother? Is that how you got into it, or
Heisem was DJing before? He was doing the.
He was DJing before.
Oh, he's doing way before. He was back in the Stevie B Trenier sets. So these were.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna find a picture of him with his like kind of where the hair was down here, like what was the like the disco decks when they had
the disco decks, the Stevie B Trenier, Tiffany, yeah, right.
He had that full ensemble. So him and a guy named Louis bought turntables. They didn't buy Techniques yet, so they bought that. And I'm like, oh, let me try messing with it. So I remember the first time I tried to mix was I took an old exploited record where the beginning starts hello, and then started playing a hip hop record. And then I started going with them everywhere. And I was like, okay, I get it. And then I really want to kind of DJ, but I mean, back then it wasn't really about what I was trying to do. I was trying to play new records or do more of that Eric B sound. And they were still doing like, what You Got to Chill, and they were doing, Colors came out.
Right. Classic.
One other record was big, and then you had the Disco Duck set, and then out of that spawned what I call kind of the rebel flashback K-Rock guys, So then they started, and I was doing that too because I had all these K-Rock records, but it was kind of like I didn't, they were just like, there's certain scenes you just didn't make sense in, even though you could do it. Even though like 10 years later I'm, playing with Spasmatics and Booty Quake and all these guys doing 80s and 70s, but yeah, so anyway, that he started first with the Disco Duck stuff, and there was a bunch of great guys, and they were really good, and they were actually skillful DJs. But then they all either disappeared, didn't want to do it no more.
Right.
And that's cool. I get it. Like, there was no, the passion was gone because their scene was gone. Their scene made no sense, and lucky for me, Heisem crossed into what I was doing, and Oscar came from that scene too. I was like, yo, we're going to go do this. I'm like, oh, what's this? I'll go. And then I was like, oh, I feel cool with these folks. These folks are cool.
Yeah.
And the rave folks became my folks. The Hollywood folks became my folks.
And dude, the longevity, bro, it's there's not that many DJs that has started where you have and are still relevant today.
Relevance.
Well, yeah. What I mean is that they're still relevant in the sense where you're still getting gigs. You've managed to create a big name for yourself in the Hollywood scene, where you have so many DJs that either stop or not many continue.
Yeah, it's hard to say now.
It's hard. It's also hard. You're DJing in the middle of the night and so forth. And
but I got used to that. So I'm saying the first month of COVID I was like, nothing made sense. My body's like, yo, what are we doing? Why are we sleeping?
Right.
It was like a shock,
right.
But with look,
that's a good point.
Yeah, with longevity. Is once again, I'm going to come back to what I mentioned with revenue streams. It's diversification, Right. let's just keep it real, bro. At this day and age, and where I'm at as far as how old I am, you're not doing all the hot spots. Maybe you'll pop in one hot spot, but also, hot spots tend to create their own allure now, which is great. That means they have, they're marketable guys. They have the management they deal with. I mean, there's certain venues that won't touch me with a 10-foot pole. It ain't hurting my feeling. That just means I got to try harder. Then there's certain companies, they'll book 20 shows for the year. You'll make, your first 10, 20 grand off them right off the bat. Then there's other companies call you last minute. Then there's other private,
they're all different.
Yeah. So you have these people that are like, yo, I could trust this product. He's going to deliver, you're professional, punctual. I'm not worried about him getting sloppy drunk at the show. We're good. And that's what people rely on now because, it's getting harder and harder. There's a bunch of event coordinators. There's a bunch of promoters. There's a bunch of DJs now.
Right.
So with a saturation in marketplace, what separates you from the other guy is hard to say, And so, yeah, you're right. If the longevity speaks for the volume, I'm good with it. But you have to come out and tell people, oh, this is what I do now. I am relevant. I am around. I could play this. I could play that. And that's also a curse and a blessing in its own. Blessing for private events, but it's a curse when you're in the nightclub industry because they're like, well, we're looking for either this or that. There's no in between now. There's open format, but now, the funny thing in LA Hollywood isn't that way anymore. Used to be, but not that much anymore,
Right.
So, and then that's change of economics. That's change of how revenue is driven to the nightclub.
Right.
How music is, played.
Have you gotten to the point now where you just have different agencies that represent you compared to back, back in the day, DJs would hustle for themselves, talk to the promoters. There really wasn't that agency presence as much back then in the 90s. Today there is. So
back then I was with 2 or 3 different agencies, and I was with Michelle Levy for a long time at large. She was getting me a lot of shows too. And then Michelle at large got bought into by Scam.
Right.
So Scam was that agency that was relevant for what I was trying to do. And I'm like, oh, this is great. And, Sujin's a great guy. He knows what he's doing. I mean, dude, what he's done speaks for itself. You can't even discredit that dude. He's what it is. And he's at the, top of his game. Right. But even then, people saw, for example, how much money the agencies could make with DJs. And you're not sending a band on tour. You're sending one guy with a backpack now, and that's easy to manage. It's one problem, and then so agencies started popping up. So everyone was going to this guy, that guy, and even people started jumping agencies as almost like barrio hopper type scenarios. But I mean, the agency presence, doesn't guarantee you're going to get gigs. People who are like, yo, you're with Scam now, shit's about to pop off. I'm like, no, you don't control your market. An agent can only do so much, and that's because there's a lot of us. This comes back to saturation. There's too many DJs.
There's a ton of DJs, dude. What do you think? Do you have to have some sort of gimmick, or do you have to have something that really sets you apart from just the rest of the DJs out there?
I mean, that's a different. That's a long conversation, but you have to be. You have to have a branding that sticks, and if your branding doesn't stick, or it's not pertinent to what's going on, you're going to get left behind. I mean, look in 29 years, it's like any band in 29 years, you're going to lose some fans, you're going to lose some momentum, you're going to be that person saying, damn, I wish I was playing here, but I'm not, because I'm not that dude anymore. I'm not the guy. I'm not the shiny, new shiny object, new shiny toy. And you got to be prepared for that if you want to do it. And then that's when, once again, the key word in this whole interview is diversification. That's the only way you're going to get by. Knowing that, okay, I see me not being relevant here, I can be relevant here. My brand speaks a little higher here than over here. And then you got to have people who trust you. It's really, it's man, honestly, I think this was a Sujin conversation. DJing is maybe 30-40% of this now. And that's a sad number, but it's a reality number. The rest of it is who you know, and are you marketable? Or do you have maybe a little gimmick behind you? I mean, the celebrity DJ angle that we all exploited 2000s, 2010. I mean, that became played out because it was like, oh, I did this guy's party. Okay, that makes me a celebrity DJ. I'm like, okay, if you say so, but it really didn't speak volumes of what you did. And then guess what? Most of those people disappeared. I think, and that's what it is, But yeah, I mean, to stay working 2-3 nights a week for 29 plus years, it's hard. I mean, it's a constant battle. To be honest with you, it's like a prize fighter that always has to prepare for the next fight, but you never know when that fight's coming. So you may have a great month, and you don't know how bad the next month's going to be, and you got to be prepared for that. Oh, we had a party that didn't like your set. Oh, the man felt you were too vulgar. You played too much this, too much that. It's like you are a victim of criticism so much that if you don't have that thick skin, good luck. That's what DJing is now. You got to be prepared for someone to tell you suck and be like, oh, thanks a lot. I appreciate the honest opinion. And then just keep pushing.
Right.
And you'll see that person again and be like, oh, you're killing it. You told me I sucked a month ago, homie. Like, get your ears straight or get your story straight. I don't know what to tell you. You think I'm playing? I could probably count 20 fucking situations.
That makes so much sense. I can see that happening so many times.
We won't. I have promoters. Oh, we won't book you. Da da da. Okay, cool. Yo, he played for who? He did what? Oh, yo, why don't you call him? I said, yo, you call him. You're the one who told him to fuck off. Like I see that all day. Like, great. Let me know.
That's so funny, man. Oh man, they didn't like you, and then the next set, man, you killed it.
Oh, you killed it, dog. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, all right.
Oh, you played for what celebrity? Oh, let's book him. Let's book him.
It's funny because that angle too. People would book some guys because of who they're associated with,
right?
Hey, more power to you. Like for example, if you book a DJ and you feel his artist is going to come, great. I get it. I mean, if I were running a night, I would do the same thing.
Right.
But does that make you stand alone in a couple years when that artist isn't relevant? That's what you got to look at. And some people don't because, everybody needs to get paid.
Right.
Hold on. Yes, dude. Michael is going to follow the path of the greater numbers on the crackers.
Little Captain America right there.
Oh,
I see you, Captain. I see you, Captain. I see you, Captain.
You gotta go
I'm saluting the Captain.
Salute the Captain. Salute back, buddy. I'm about to read this. I don't even know what they're asking. Can you finish up the rest? We'll come back to that one. Okay. Let me know when you're done. Education.
Number one.
Number one.
I saluted the captain and it got a little smile out of him. I was like, saluting Captain America.
Yeah, he's all right, but he's just, I mean, look at him. Look at these guys. They all got robbed. My kid who's 18 didn't get the graduation, so we had to throw him one. And then with him, first to second grade, it's like, yo, man, we got to make sure you're on top of it. So we put him in a program for the summer. I'm like, do not fall off. You may say, oh, this sucks. Oh, my friend. Yeah. I want to see your friends support you when you're 25 with no degree or nothing.
Oh yeah, dude. I was gonna ask you when you look back at your 29 years of playing, what was your biggest takeaway from DJing?
What was my biggest takeaway?
Yeah, that's a deep question.
You know what, man?
It could be a positive, and it also could be a negative. It could be both.
This is the statement, like the Gangstar song. I mean, he says, "Take it personal." I had the don't take it personal. Nothing that I'll be honest with you. When I was going through I'd say the heyday, making probably the most you could max out in the Hollywood scene, which was good money back then. Sometimes people, you were doing it, people killing it. You got the pics to prove, you got everything to prove that you killed it, and you don't get the call back, or you don't get booked, or they move on. It's next shiny toy, shiny object.
Okay.
So yeah, don't take it personal, man. Like, I mean, look, I went to, I think I got forced to go to anger management twice, which was hilarious because the guy said, "You're not even angry." I said, "I'm not angry. I just get, in situations that just put me in scenarios I don't want to be in, just like everybody else." I mean,
right.
But yeah, at the end of the day, you were working. Sometimes you work for promoters that you're like, "The fuck is wrong with you, dude?" Like, we went in, we made it. You made a profit. You killed it. And then you're saying the product needs to be refined again. we're not selling fucking crack, bro. We're not selling something that needs to be redone. We're selling, a nightclub where, people want something somewhat consistent with a little dab of difference. And that got lost in the shuffle somewhere because, once again, saturation. But anyway, honestly, don't take it personal. You never know where your next meal's coming from. That's the other thing. So you got to be nice to everyone. Don't burn.
Ooh, that's a very important one, dude. Be nice to everyone.
You will be surprised how I was nice to so many record guys, play their record. And I love those guys. Those guys are the bread. To me, they were important because they provided a scenario where, like, yo, cool, can you play this record and mix and tape it for me? Yeah, no problem. I'm sending you a video. And that was today's age. Back then, it's like they just needed to get Coolwhip, Roxbury, or Coolwhip, this club, that club, and he played it for us. And then they saved their jobs. To find these guys becoming record execs, they stroll in running like running labels. And these were guys in mail rooms. And these were the guys who handed me the records when I go to labels back then.
Yeah.
Amazing. And that's, once again, be nice, because you never know. And even with, you never know who's going to be the next big promoter. That's the other thing. You may, this guy wants me to play the song for his chick. Forget it. I'm not going to do it. And you're like, dude, just do it. It's one song. You never know if that 3 minutes is going to make you another $5-6 grand next year. Maybe another 10 grand next year if that guy runs shit. And he can get you that money because he's going to vouch for you.
That's a great point, man. Be nice, because you just don't know who that next promoter is going to be.
There you go.
Yeah, it's because as a DJ, it's very easily to go down that rabbit hole of having that ego.
Oh, and then hey man, I think for like a couple months or maybe even a year, I really let that ego get the best of me. Personally, bit me in the ass. It bit me in the ass so bad. Like, I was like, we're gonna go play the OC for a bit. We're gonna go up north and do some valley spots and come right back in again when shit goes off.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking crazy, dude. What kind of advice can you give a person today that wants to get into the DJ arena?
I mean, one, you want to do it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
It upsets me, and I really don't even know how to really describe this. When people are like, yo, I want to DJ. Okay, great, DJ. They go and they play, and it's one thing when I see people that want to DJ try, and that's great. You know what? I encourage everyone to come in this culture. I got no problem with it because of everybody I've met. It's a great community of people, even though the community is now spread because of how we get our music versus going to the record stores.
Right.
But at the end of the day, those guys who just did it for the women, they did it for drugs, alcohol, they did it because they wanted to be popular. Yeah, you're not going to last. You're going to burn yourself out. Because you realize, especially in Hollywood, in this town, you're going to get used, and it's either you accept being used and then kind of regurgitate it out into a positive notion of whether it be driven income or just, okay, I use this notoriety of what I did to generate more shows, which once again comes back to deriving more income. But yeah, you want to do it for the right reasons. If you're doing it for the aesthetic and you're like, yo, I'm just doing it for being the bedroom DJ. I'm doing it because I want to just I like mixing records. I love music. I mean, I love it when people say I love music. Yeah, great.
That's cool, right?
Well, I'm mad at that. Like, that's great. I mean, that's the reason I got into it. I love all kinds of music. If they told me, oh, we're gonna what was one Labor Day weekend, we did a top 40. Did the reggae night, top 40 night, hip hop night, and then the Sunday or the Monday in Santa Monica, I did a punk night, punk and ska night. Love it all, man. Because you find some things that you're like, oh, this is cool to play, and it keeps you from being bored because if you're stuck in a certain genre. I always feel that people, they start to get cliche with their sets, or they just don't derive something different. And listening to different music, how it's constructed, will make you probably mix a little better. You'll understand where people do the breaks and this and that.
Right.
Not all music is made the same. I mean, it's made with the 4/8 bar, but it's not made all the same.
Do you think it's important to have that foundation of learning how to DJ on turntables or going directly digital? Do you think it matters?
I love this conversation because you have people argue tooth and nail, and people,
Yep.
yo, you're the old guy. You just want to.
Yep.
I'm like, look, man. When CDJs came out, I saw them and said, I'm cool. And then I realized once I started using a controller, the big bad C word that nobody likes, private events got much easier.
The C word that nobody likes.
if you're a tried and true purist, and there are some people like, yo, I'm not using Serato, I'm a vinyl DJ. Great. I was a vinyl DJ for I don't even know how many years.
Right.
That's all wonderful. I don't want to lug that around anymore when convenience and technology may make me sound better, may provide a better experience for the nightclub or the person attending the nightclub, and that solidifies my position in getting booked further and recommendations. That's it. I mean, more power to the aesthetics,
Right.
Trust me, if they're like, yo, cool, why don't you do a vinyl night? Great. How much are you willing for me to pay to lug that crate? Let me know, and I'm willing to do it. But at the end of the day, I would feel you get a better set with a Serato scenario. So anyway, back to that scenario. If you learn on turntables, you're going to learn a feel for what it is and what it was. But now that that's not really the industry standard, because you go everywhere and they pretty much have CDJs, if you truly are looking to do a professional job in certain nightclubs, you're going to have to get used to learning how to use CDJs and turntables. I mean, if you're just like, screw it, I just want to learn CDJs, okay, you're probably going to get pretty far because that's what's in the nightclub. But if you were like, yo, I want to be versatile and play everything, great, I mean, the problem we're having, as far as I'm concerned, is just technology is evolving so fast that nightclubs, they never really change their equipment too quickly. I mean, they just spent $5,000 on CDJs, Nexus 2s. Well, I don't want to buy something else or this or that. So then we're stuck with, after I think the patent of Serato leaving reign and then Pioneer and everybody starting to just dabble in it, you just started seeing so much stuff, where you had to call the clubs now and say, hey, what mixer are we using? Oh, using S9, great, I'm good. Or like the last show I did at Cheetah's for Brad Thomas, I laughed because I was like, yo, I got to figure out what they have. And lucky for me, they had an SX2 because I wasn't going to use the SRT. And, everyone who DJs knows what those are. And it's funny because each one has a different application. And certain programs I dislike, but certain programs I like aren't now the industry par. So you have to kind of compensate to figure out, or you're going to bring your own stuff. And a lot of nightclubs frown upon that now because a lot of guys learn on controllers, show up and put the controls on top of the CDJs or the turntables, and they're like, yo, I'm ready to go. I'm like, well, what's wrong with the stuff that's here? And they never learn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude,
and let me tell you, some owners won't hire you because of that, because you're now being difficult, and they got to call a sound guy who they were going to let go after 2 hours so that you don't have to spend the money, sit there and babysit you because you got to plug this and that in. And then something.
Wow. Holy shit. Right.
There's a lot of dynamics to you not learning on everything,
Wow, dude, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Wow.
So, I mean, if you can learn on turntables, great. If you can't, at least know how to manage CDJs, but know how to use the equipment in the club. That's the take home message.
Yeah. Great. That's great advice. When you look back at every event that you played, what was your best experience? What was the most memorable event that you played that you're like, wow? And what was your worst? The worst is probably you didn't get paid at some event. I can guarantee you that.
No, you know what?
Because that's the response I get from everybody that's a DJ.
Let me just tell you, I find a way to get paid.
I love it.
Let me tell you, one club. I'm gonna keep it real. You guys want to hear? Everybody want to be a tough guy? Let me tell you about real tough guys. One club owed me only $150. $150 fucking dollars, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm not gonna say what club. Not gonna say what place. It was in Hollywood.
Don't drop it.
No. I tell my dude I was with, I said, yo, get in the driver's seat. He goes, where are we going? We're going back to the club. They were short. Go back to the club. I had a flannel on. I put two flannels. I put a flannel on. Took off one flannel, take off the other flannel. The turntables were being disconnected because they had to clean or whatever. The manager was nowhere to be found. Walk up in that spot, put my flannels around the turntables, walked out with each in one of my hands. I remember, too, the driver was talking to some bitches. I'm like, yo, dude, stop talking to the women's. We got to go. And he's like, looking at me like, what is this dude doing? So I opened the trunk, put the turntables in there. I said, we're leaving. Start driving down the block. And let me just tell you, you want to be real about it? I left the card where the turntables were. My card. True story. Put that on everything. True story, bro. I can tell you 20 people that'll vouch for
Oh shit, that's fucking crazy.
I'm driving. I get to Wilshire. And
oh my god, that's gangsta shit right there.
Wilshire and Highland, where that 7-Eleven is, because we always stop at 7-Eleven and get some Doritos.
Oh my god,
get a call. I said, "Who's this?" Yo, did you just take my turntables? Yes, I did. Click. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna call the cops. I said, go ahead. I got an invoice that I've sent you multiple times. Where's my money? Click. Calls me again. I said, you got my money? Well, you don't have to be like this, bro. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize there was a situation. I said, didn't realize the situation. You're the one who told me you had to talk to the owner. I gave you 4 weeks to talk to the owner. Just give me my money. You have your turntables. I don't want your turntables. I just want my money. But I got to prove a point. Drove back up. Walked in there with those 2 turntables, still wrapped my flannel. Handed him my turntables. Got my cash and went home. Bro, the problem is, I'm real.
So I take it that was the worst experience, or that was the great experience?
Worst experience. Look, in the 90s, I think 95 to 99, everywhere I played, I think I had 13 to 14 shootings, 2-3 stabbings.
What?
Yeah, everywhere I played, it seemed like, yo, we're going to get violent if Coolwhip plays here. I swear to God, this was
what?
Yeah, dude, I remember one place in Pomona we're DJing, and I remember dude walks in, and all of a sudden I'm seeing people running toward me. I'm like, yo, people must love this song. No, dumb ass. People are trying to get behind your DJ booth so they don't get shot. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then you see the security dude comes in with his gun. Everybody's ducking because they don't know if this guy's going to let off. And then I think one person got shot in the leg. They let the person out. And I looked at all these girls. I said, sweetheart, this is about 3/4 inch plywood in front of us. It ain't going to really duck much of a bullet, just FYI. Anyway, so yeah. And then another crowd was playing OC, and I remember one stool flew, another stool flew, and big melee. And I think I was playing What Can I Do by Ice Cube. And there goes that spot. Yo, Coolwhip, don't put too much of that West Coast gang bang. Like, yo. Anyway, that was that period.
It's like Coolwhip. What are you doing over here? Playing all these songs inciting violence.
These guys riled up. I'm like, I'm not even doing anything. There's a bunch of girls dancing. These fools are acting a fool. Anyway, yeah, honestly, there's been a lot of bad gigs. There's been gigs I've froze, like come home and I couldn't feel my hands because I was outside. There's been gigs, like just bad situations. There's been gigs where, there's been gigs I've DJed with pneumonia, gigs I've DJed with severe diarrhea, as disgusting as that sounds. There's been gigs I've DJed where my stomach was like just not feeling it. I had a headache. I've made it through thick and thin. That's why when people tell me, oh, I want to go to work, I'm hurt, I'm like, dude, you tell the wrong person to feel sorry for you. You got me.
Yeah.
Show goes on,
How about the most memorable, greatest moments?
Honestly, playing, we did
playing with DJ AM must have been fucking the shit.
Yeah, I always get that comment. It was
yeah.
Fun guy.
Being able to play with such a fucking legendary DJ is fucking AM.
Yeah,
that's fucking cool.
It was cool, but it wasn't. You didn't feel like that. You just felt like, yo, it's AM. Hey, man, how you doing, Adam? Hey, how you doing? Cool.
Yeah.
I remember one time we opened for. It was me and Boogie opened for him and Travis Barker at the Galaxy Theater in Anaheim. Yeah. And I remember me and Boogie walk in. And he's like, "Oh, old school." I said, "Old school? You were coming up with me? What do you mean? Why am I old school?" And then we did a Coors Light party or Bud Light party with Snoop.
Right.
And yeah, and I remember when he left Granville and I came in, we played together that night. But yeah, he was cool, man. He's cool. I did a couple parties with Kobe Bryant. Actually, when Kobe Bryant first came to L.A., he came to my spot at Key Club. And
dope.
Freestyled on the mic to the 112 instrumental. There's that 112 record again. Playing when Tupac came to Roxbury.
Dope.
I'm sure I'm missing a ton. Doing the first Nocturnal Wonderland, what was the one when it was in Indio before Coachella? Where
Oh God, yeah.
Kool Keith, the Alcoholics, Dilated
Right.
People, me and Heisem, Z Trip. That was cool. I remember
That was cool.
Yeah, the Alcoholics took Kool Keith's chicken, and there was a whole argument back in the backstage. And I remember who was the argument? Yo, you gonna? What was the debate? Yo, you gonna manage the stage? I'm like, where's your stage manager, man? Why am I responsible for all these guys fighting over the food? And I remember we were promoting the sugar beets in the front, and then we had to go back to L.A. To have the sugar beets ready for the next night. So
that's dope, dude. Those are fucking legendary. That's some fucking great stories right there, bro.
I'm sure there's a ton I'm forgetting, dude. I'm old. What do you want from me?
Yeah. Is there anything that you haven't done as an artist or DJ? I think we mentioned this when I was at your office, and I asked you if you got or have considered getting into producing. Is that one area that you still are considering, maybe in the future or something?
I mean, yeah. I've talked to, and this is the fun of having an 18-year-old in your life. He wants to, he's making rap tracks, and he's doing the hip hop thing. And
oh, cool.
Producers are amazing though. The kids he got, and these are just one kid. I think he just his buddy Carbona. He just made a track for someone. I forget the guy's name, but yeah, it's starting to get mad views. It's like 1 million views or some high number of views. That's giving him a little notoriety. So it's going to be a bunch of young kids teaching the old guy how to do it, I guess. Because I'm not, I've talked to a lot of people. They want me to mess with Appleton, and I'm just, I was in a band before I did all this, and that was a creative outlet. You skated, that was a creative outlet. DJing's a creative outlet. Right. I'm just trying to find that mojo to be like, yo, we're going to produce that hit. It's in here. I just got to figure out how to get it out here. And that's, I think, where I'm at because when you study and you study biological sciences, you study science in general. I've taken how many calculus classes and did well in the AP calculus class when I was in high school. You think analytically. Right. So when you think analytically, you're just like, man, how do you make music? And there's a certain mathematical maybe presence to it. I may be speaking out of my ass, but there's also a certain spiritual sense to it that it has to make sense. It just could take one little change in the song and you've reached a bunch of people. And that's the haiku or whatever I'm trying to find. Got it. And then with all this COVID crap going on, I'm like, dude, I'm confused as to where I'm going,
Yeah.
And that's why I've turned everything into more of the Dr. Terry scenario, to really put what I have into that, and it's it's been paying off well, So
which is great, like you said, diversification.
Yeah,
dude. So, not sure how long this COVID is going to last. So, who knows?
The thing is, and I've talked to people. It's a virus. Viruses don't go away realistically. They just
right. Right.
I don't know what the plan is. I'm not a virologist. I've studied viruses how many times over and over again. And like I said, this is a very unique virus in its makeup. The S proteins are very unique to me. Mm-hmm. I studied under a lot of evolutionary guys in UCLA that were noteworthy and world renowned. And to see something, like I said, my personal debate, to see something naturally select to leave a bat to come to human makes no sense to me, but that's just me because I studied what I studied, Right. But yeah, that I'm gonna let the scientists deal with that, and I'm just gonna go with the rules for now,
Dude, so once everything comes back to normal, where can people catch you playing?
I wish I could. We're gonna try and do a little more live streams. I promise.
Okay.
Just like I said.
How many live streams have you done? Have you done yet? You've done a few. One with Max, right?
We did the one with Max for the LA radio. That's my people's, that's my culture there. And then we did the one with New Kids on the Block. So I was like, the joke was I was a 6th member for an hour and a half, playing for their virtual cruise, and that was fun. It's good to see those guys,
With all the kids, it was all the New Kids on the Block.
All the New Kids on the Block. Oh my God, Donnie.
Donnie was there. Okay, because Donnie's a DJ. Isn't Donnie a DJ? Yeah, he's a DJ.
No, I don't know. Donnie Wahlberg.
No.
DJ. He's an actor, bro. He's on Blue.
An actor, yeah. I thought one of them was a DJ.
Nah. So Danny, John, Joey, Doug, Jordan. Yeah, they were all there. It was good. I mean, the video's up on YouTube. You can look it up.
Okay.
It was day one. We did the send off, which was all their music, and then I think we ended with Titanium because that's Donnie's song. So
cool.
Yeah, but those are good. Those guys are cool. They're cool. Backstreet Boys are always cool. I'm waiting to see what they're gonna do. Yeah, but I mean, we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do another one. I like to do it like the show, like the LA Rave Lords thing. And of course, they took it down because all the music was copywritten. But
oh no, that's why I couldn't find it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, everyone's like, "Yo, cool," but you bullshitting words, and I'm like, "No, it's out there." And I send the link, and they're like, "Yo, the link's dead." I'm like, and then that's Twitch is getting they're getting a backlash from the label saying, "Hey, buddy, everyone migrated to you. Now we've done it to Instagram, we've done it to Facebook. We're gonna do it to you." Like, there's no free platform. It's art. Right now artists aren't making money, so they got to figure out how to make the money, and they see what we're doing. Like, oh, hold on, stop. We need to figure out how to get paid from this. So cut these guys off.
Damn, dude.
It is, but it is what it is, dude.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, I feel bad for artists, man. I feel bad for everybody in this right now because everybody who's in the entertainment industry is hurting. Like,
everybody's hurting. Agreed.
I'm just happy I don't got to pay some of these guys' mortgages.
Yeah. So where can people find you on now? You got Instagram or Facebook where people can find you if they want to catch a live stream?
Everything's DJ Coolwhip. So Instagram is DJ Coolwhip. Mm-hmm. Twitch for the live stream is DJ Coolwhip Official. Okay. Facebook, there's a DJ Coolwhip fan page. You can go, I think, djcoolwhip.com will take you right to the fan page. Cool. You type in DJ Coolwhip on Facebook, you'll see that. I think we have 4,950 friends, so we have 50 left to have real friends. So we're kind of leaving that.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm around. Twitter's DJ Coolwhip. If you're into that. I don't really have a TikTok. I'm gonna leave that alone. Snapchat is DJ Coolwhip.
You don't do those little TikTok videos, bro?
I try to, but it's there it is. Hold on, let me take a look and see. I don't know what my Snapchat is anymore. That's funny. What is my Snapchat?
You're not doing those 10-second TikTok videos, bro?
Bro, I would love to, man, but those are just garbage. Yeah, I don't even know what is. It's DJ Coolwhip L.A. or DJ Coolwhip 1. I think it's you. I mean, once again, you can hit me up. I message everybody back. Oh, people.
Awesome. Cool. Awesome, brother. Well, dude, I just want to conclude it with, bro, you've been a freaking inspiration. I've known you for a long time, dude. I want to thank you for being on the podcast. I've known you from the very beginning days of the freaking underground, DJ in a small hip hop room, 29 years ago. And you're one of the few DJs that I know that continued on that path. Although you also were doing a career and trying to solidify a career, right. You continued in that path of being a DJ. And over the years, I would see from Coolwhip underground scene to Coolwhip Hollywood. I was like, what the fuck? And then, playing at some of these major hotels and scenes in the Hollywood scene. So to see that journey, it's freaking amazing, dude. And it's just a testament to your hard work, bro. I got mad respect for you, dude.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys, man. It's but it's the people, man. It's, from the event promoters, coordinators, DJs, the people, man. People come out and hear you, and they have a good time with you. I mean, that's honestly what makes the difference, man. Like, if you really treat everybody with respect, everybody will come back, and you'll be surprised, man. It's the vibe you put out, the vibe you're gonna get back.
I love that, dude. Cool, brother. All right, brother. Well, dude, we'll be in touch, brother. I'll definitely be in touch. I'm going to go to your office pretty soon. So,
are your glasses ready? I got to see.
I'll see you soon, dude. All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon. Much love, brother.
Hey, much love to you, man. Shout out to everybody who peeps. And we'll get this out there, let people know what's going down. So that way you can critique me. I love it.
For sure, brother. All right, man. Peace, brother.
All right, talk to you later, boss.
All right, brother. Later.